In 2021, I bought a house here in Japan, just out of Tokyo, but I bought it purely as an investment for myself and my family, not for its long-time monetary value. Now, I know a lot of people around there are struggling to buy houses, especially as the market gets more and more expensive in many parts of the world. But I'm very lucky that here in Japan, houses do seem to be quite affordable, even for the regular person or regular family. And there's a lot of things that go on that make buying a house very different here in Japan. First of all, one of the cool things about owning a house in Japan is that you will also typically own the land that it comes on, or the land that you will build that house on in the future. When I pay my mortgage each month, I actually make two individual payments to the bank. One is for the house itself. The second is to pay back the loan on the land. Both payments are roughly the same. However, twice a year, I pay about $1,000 extra each time on the land payment so that it finishes a couple of years earlier than the house payment. Now, although a lot of you might see the news about property in Japan and think akiyas, the abandoned houses, and the attraction of getting an old house and turning it into short-term rental, and a lot of you have might seen the Tokyo property market completely explode as people are buying up all the mansions, or condos as we would call them, and the prices are going up at alarming rates. However, what I have done, and also what typical Japanese families do, is I have designed this house purpose-built for what our family wants and needs. Now, one of the really cool and really exciting things about designing and building a house in Japan is that you get the freedom, for the most part, to do exactly what you want with it. So when we got the land, we were given like a square meter map of what the space is going to be, and then we could design everything except for the car park space. I imagine the car park space is set and decided just in case somebody thinks, oh, I'm not going to put a car park space in there, and then realize they want a car later. And the great thing about this is that you can build the home that you want to live in. So a couple of things that we designed personally for our home, first of all, is this office space. I wanted somewhere where I could do my online lessons, any meetings that I have. If my wife works at home, she's got a room to work in. It's about, we would call 3 tatami mats of space, but it's enough that I can work. I've got space to do a bit of a workout. I've got a PlayStation and a TV that you can't see on the screen, and it's enough that I can get all of my work done. Just a few smaller things is that we have something which is called a shoe-in closet. So the genkan, the entrance space, is much bigger than a normal house. We can fit things like bicycles, jackets, like the dog carts and stuff like that. We can fit a lot of stuff just in the entrance of the house. We've got 2 toilets, which is more essential than you might ever think. I could never go back to the UK to a 1-toilet house. And one thing that we were able to do with our house, which a lot of Japanese people don't do, is that we put a garden in there. In fact, with the 24 houses that were built at the same time in this area, we are the only ones who put a garden space in, which is great for our dogs. It's great in the summer for putting a swimming pool out there, like an inflatable one. And it's just nice to sometimes sit outside, read a book, or just grow a few flowers and laze around in the garden. Every single detail of the house is completely up to you. Where the plug sockets are, where the Wi-Fi outlets are, where the air conditioners go, exactly the size of the toilet space, the stair length, each size of the steps. It was completely up to us. We put a little hole under the stairs for a second freezer and some storage space. We put our bath on the second floor because Japanese people typically put their baths on the first floor. And we even put like an inbuilt study and desk space on the upstairs landing. We put in scratch-proof floors for the dogs. We colored the house exactly how we wanted. Every single wall of wallpaper and flooring was designed by us, which I guess is normal in a house too, but just to have it set from the beginning is pretty cool because Japanese people don't usually decorate. And what this has done for us, it's allowed us to create the perfect home for our family, the future that we are hoping to build together. And because the interest rate for Japanese house loans is so low, ours is sitting at around 0.6%. We actually only pay around 1.1 million yen a year, 5,500-ish pounds back for our house loan, which works out to about only 10% of our dual income. Now imagine being able to have a very affordable home completely designed by you, and it just suits every need that you imagined when you were picturing your family's timeline. The reason why I don't think of this in any sort of investment way is because when we built this home, we didn't imagine leaving it. Most Japanese families stay in their house until they're not able to live anymore. Maybe they get to old age and have to go to a care home, or they will die in their home. It's very, very typical. Most Japanese house loans are 35 years, and some loan companies have actually started 50-year loans. And what is wonderful about having such a low interest rate and such a low payment is because all of that extra money could actually be used to invest in other things. So if we're only paying 1.1 million, only 10% of our dual income, we are able to use the other 90%, of course, once you take out the essentials, to invest in other markets, which are hopefully much more productive. When I built this house, a lot of people told me like, you should have got a condo because Japanese houses and properties lose their value so quickly, it won't be worth it in the long time. But that's quite a sad way for me to think, because I didn't buy a house with the image of one day being able to sell it. I built a house because I thought that was part of the life's plan. You grow up, you graduate, you get married, you have children, you have that home, and then you just live a long and happy life. And I don't want to keep thinking about, can I buy a better home and sell this one? However, this is the plan that we made for our family, and we are completely financially fine. I don't make every choice based on its future outcome. I didn't buy this house with the aim of one day passing it off to my family, my daughter, and any other children I might have. I hope they get their own homes and live a happy life with their families in those homes. So yeah, this is just a quick video for today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about why my home isn't an investment. Whereas it actually is an investment in my life, it's not an investment in my finances. Let me know what you all think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.